Hi guys, welcome to part 1 of What If Naruto Had Wood Style. And don't worry, I'm also going to continue What If Kurama's. What if the Ninetale ceiling was incomplete? I will also continue that, but I'm going to start another What If also after this, and I will keep uploading those 3 What Ifs. And after I finish one, I'm going to start another What If. Okay, and I will upload weekly and sometimes 2 times a day, but it won't be every time. Also, this is not made by me. It is made by Kagami. I don't know how to say it is how to say the name. So I'm just going to link. I'm going to put the link to the fanfiction in the description, and this time I won't forget to put the link. Okay? Because I forgot to put the link for the what if Ninetale ceiling was incomplete. And Naruto won't be using wood style a lot at the start here. He will use wood style a lot after the Chunin exams is over. So for now you won't be seeing much wood style. Okay, let's start the what if. The village hidden in the leaves, better known as Konoha, and viewed as the strongest of the 5 great hidden villages, is a peaceful place. The village is known for its will of fire, which emphasizes how important teamwork was. Many legends spawned due to the beliefs held in the will of fire, fighting for their village's sake with the ideal embedded in their hearts. On October 10th, 6 years ago, the birth of one boy would be the beginning of a new legend. That boy is young, blonde boy named Naruto. Naruto is also an ordinary boy though. Naruto is not an ordinary boy. He is the Jinchuriki of the nine-tailed fox who attacked Konoha on the day of Naruto's birth. The attack was devastating and it came out of nowhere. Many shinobis perished that night facing the Nine Tails, along with many civilian casualties. The sudden attack crippled the life of the Yondaime Hokage, and the Yondaime wished that Naruto would be seen as a hero, but unfortunately that was not the but unfortunately that was not, as people viewed Naruto as the Nine Tails reincarnation. Although they did not openly hate or abuse the young Naruto, his fate was worse, being then his entire existence was seemingly ignored. Naruto became an orphan that night, as such had lived at the orphanage since birth. Just like most orphans, being adopted by a family was all Naruto wanted since he could remember. Nothing was wrong with him, as far as he knew. He was smart, the orphanage mother said he was handsome. Maybe his whisker marks like scars? No, she said those added to his appeal. So why every other day was he not adopted? He could not even get one of the families to even consider him. The orphanage had a plentiful of people come in, yet Naruto still felt alone. Why do I get this treatment? Thought Naruto sadly. At the same distance, something strange was happening in Konoha. Nothing too major. It seemed like the vegetation around Konoha seemed to pale little in color. In a building directly in the heart of Konoha, there was a man seated behind a desk and in an office looking into a crystal ball. He was none other than the third Hokage, Hiruzen Saratobi. Hiruzen is an old man with grey hair and whisker and a wrinkled face to go along with his age. Despite that, he is still acknowledged as the strongest in Konoha and is still considered one of the strongest shinobi in the world today. Beside Hiruzen was another man with silver hair, dressed in all black with grey armor and a dog-like mask. This Anbu captain codenamed Inu, with one of the most trusted Anbu beside him, Hiruzen could not keep himself from sighing from what he was viewing. Inu, do you think I failed the fourth Hokage? Asked Hiruzen. I could not say, although I had to say something and state things could be made easier for the hero of Konoha, replied Inu. Maybe you're correct. I could make things easier for Naruto, starting with finding people who at least acknowledge him. Maybe I'll go to the orphanage tomorrow and walk him around the village. Sounds practical, Hokage-sama. I'm sure you know what to do. If I may be dismissed? Of course. Have your report in later, said Hiruzen. Okay. Oh, by the way, is it me or does Konoha not seem as green as earlier? Said Inu before he disappeared in a puff of smoke. It does. That's odd. It's not supposed to look like that. The only times I've seen it look like that was when Hashirama sensei was sad over something. At times like the death of a ninja, but that was only due to his connection to nature via his mukton. Could it be? Stated Hiruzen slightly in shock. The next day. Today at the orphanage started like any other for Naruto. He woke up, used the bathroom, brushed his teeth, got dressed and ate breakfast. Then Naruto headed to one of his favorite places, the library. Naruto enjoyed reading about the history of Konoha and anything about it, and he was reading peacefully until he heard his name being called. Naruto placed his book bag down and took off downstairs to answer the call. Yes, ma'am, you called me down. Old man! Stated a stunned Naruto, noticing the third Hokage in the doorway. Ah, yes, indeed I am Naruto-kun. Would you like to take a walk with me? Said an amused Hiruzen as he smiled down at the ecstatic boy in front of him. 1 second. Mother, can I go with the Hokage today? And after an obvious yes from the woman, Naruto and the Hokage were off. The orphanage mother was proud that Naruto was polite enough even in his talk state to still ask her permission despite the Hokage being in the room. Naruto, how have you been? I haven't seen you for a while. I've been okay, Gigi. Everything's fine. Really? Are you sure you are okay? You hadn't been feeling a little down as of late, feeling lonely over how people seem to ignore you? How did you know? I am the Hokage. I make it a point to know. How about you tell me over some lunch? Have you heard of a place named Ichiraku's? Sure, why not? And what's an Ichiraku's? Several minutes later, at Ichiraku's. This is the food of gods, stated Naruto as he happily devoured his third bowl of the heavenly food called ramen, not feeling at all depressed anymore from his earlier story to the Hokage of his lack of attention from Konoha population. Indeed it is, Naruto. Ichiraku's has the best ramen in all of Land of Fire, probably the best in the world, and you are always welcome here, said Suchi, the owner of the Ichiraku's. Aikanji-san always asked Naruto. Before Suchi could answer, his young 10-year-old daughter Ayame answered first. She came around from behind the counter. Of course, Naruto. I've always be here for you. We could be best friends, huh? As she hugged Naruto around the neck. Naruto became shocked. The girl he just met wanted to become his friend, his best friend. Then he almost had a heart attack when she hugged him. It was his first hug from someone other than the Hokage, and he couldn't remember being happier. At first, his first friend Naruto felt immediate happiness. At this point, the Hokage, who was happy at the scene, decided to ask another question. Hey Naruto, do you still want to become a ninja? Of course I want to get as strong as you, so I could protect my friends and the village. That way everyone will acknowledge me, and maybe I'll become Hokage so you can go back to your retirement home. After a round of chuckling from everyone, the Hokage said, well, see about that. Getting you some training, I'll even get you an apartment close to my office so you can come and see me anytime. How does that sound? Naruto didn't answer, but due to his cheerful face and the immediate hug Hiruzen was given, it was more than enough for an answer. This was the happiest moment of Naruto's life. He was going to become a ninja, what he always wanted. As this was going on, the Konoha's plant life seemed to come alive. Trees grew seemingly immediately. Flowers began blooming rapidly. Everything looked beautiful and to the one that was dubbed the professor had a pretty good idea what was going on. I think I know the perfect sensei for you, Naruto. It seems something amazing has come back to the leaf, thought Hiruzen with a smile. Several months later, it had been a few months since Naruto started his new life. That life of moving to his apartment, meeting his sensei, and beginning his journey to become the best shinobi he could be. He met a few kids along the way, and they became his best friends. Those kids were Shikamaru Nara, Shoji Akamichi, Kiba Inuzaka, and a quiet boy named Shino Abirame. And nearly every weekend since Naruto's new life started, Naruto met his sensei after the academy every day at the same training ground. He only knew him because of his tiger mask and his short, spiky brown hair. The Anbu was pretty cool guy in Naruto's opinion. He was a calm, collected person and wasn't a strict teacher, but he did still install a sense of perfection into Naruto's training. Naruto mainly did chakra control exercises like leaf balancing, tree walking, water walking to get his control up. Seeing how he couldn't because of his enormous chakra due to him being a Jinchuriki and a Uzumaki. One thing shocked his sensei when he tested Naruto's affinities. Tora had handed Naruto a sheet of special chakra paper and told him how it worked. That if he channeled his chakra into it, if it burns, it is fire, and if it becomes soaked, it is water. If it crumbled to dirt, it is earth. If it crinkled up, it is lightning. Or if it split in half, it is wind. Naruto did as instructed, and the paper did something. And the paper split down in the middle, creating two halves. Then one side crumbled into dirt, while the other side grew damp and became soggy. Whoa, Tora sensei, does that mean I have three affinities? Yes, Naruto. That is extremely rare and very impressive. It is also impressive. I think I can teach you two jutsus for two of your affinities, since they both are identical to mine. But first you have to carry out elemental manipulation for both, and we may even find some elemental manipulation on wind too. But for now, let's start with earth. Alright, Tora sensei, I can't wait for it. I'm going to steal that hat from the old man in no time, Naruto said as he began to channel chakra. Hey, isn't that the Uchiha? Naruto said after he looked towards the abandoned clan district. Yes, it is. Sad what happened a couple of months ago with the massacre. Maybe it's best to stay away from him for a little while and let him cope with his loss. I couldn't imagine what he's going through right now. Maybe you're right, Sensei. Hopefully he doesn't get too sad about it. But honestly, how could I know? That pain is unbearable, I bet, Naruto said. Hopefully, but aren't you supposed to turn the leaf into the earth? Questioned Tora as Naruto's eyes widened. Yes, Sensei, Naruto said as he began to concentrate once again. He continued doing this exercise for a few hours, making minimal progress. But the progress nonetheless, and until his sensei told him he had to leave, he did leave with his instructions to continue with his chakra control exercises to keep the leaf in shape. After that, Tora disappeared in a sunset that left Naruto to his own devices. Deciding that it was still too early to head home, Naruto went to the park to see his friends. Hokage's office. While Naruto was hanging out at the park, Tora appeared at the Hokage's office to give his report on Naruto's progress. Naruto still surprises me. Despite having enormous chakra reserves, he still maintains amazing control over his chakra. It is quite unbelievable, but that wasn't the biggest surprise of the day. What is it? Please tell me, asked Hiruzen. After I gave Naruto to test his chakra nature, he seemed to have 3 chakra natures: wind, water, and earth. After a few moments of still being stunned, the Hokage stated, "It seems Naruto-kun is blessed with amazing abilities. You remember when we found that he was a censor?" Flashback. Now, Naruto, are you ready to meet your sensei and begin your training? Asked the Hokage. Yes, I can't wait to become the best. With that, Naruto and the Hokage headed to the training ground located 15 minutes away from his apartment. They sat and talked for a few moments until Naruto stopped mid-sentence and looked to his left. A few seconds later, an Anbu with the tiger mask appeared in a swirl of leaves. The Hokage noticed this and asked Naruto how he knew the Anbu would appear there. What Naruto said shocked him. I don't know, Gigi. I just kind of felt him coming, and that was the direction he was coming from. I've always been able to do that. It's kind of weird. I also know what people are feeling too. That's the same as Mito-sama's negative emotion sensing, thought Hiruzen. Well, Naruto, what are we both feeling at the moment then? Asked Hokage. Gigi, you feel proud and tired, and the man with the tiger mask is feeling a little anxious and kind of excited. A quick nod from the Anbu, the Hokage said, Naruto, it seems you are a sensor with abilities I've only seen in one person. Mito Uzumaki. She was the wife of the first Hokage. But before you ask, I'm not sure if you are related. I think your last name are just coincidental. And yes, Naruto, it is one of the most powerful sensor abilities recorded. And with that, you are bound to be an amazing shinobi. No one would be able to deceive you. You are quite powerful. Yatta, I'll be the best shinobi in the world, said an overjoyed Naruto. Present, Konoha Park. Hey Naruto, how are you, man? Said an excited Kiba with a bark. I've been great. It must be cool coming from clans like all of you do, said Naruto. What do you mean and how do you know we are from clans? Asked the curious Shikamaru, as they never brought it up before. Naruto was too young to know about clans, right? Hmm. Well, while I was at the orphanage, I did a lot of reading about the history of Konoha. It gave a detailed explanation of the most prominent clans of Konoha, like the Nara that you come from Shikamaru, known to use shadows, producing geniuses, and is part of the Inoshikacho combination that Choji here is also part of. He is also from the Akamichi clan, whose physical powers is unmatched with their expansion jutsu. I also heard they own a few restaurants around Konoha. Kiba here is from the Inuzaka clan, known for their tracking abilities and amazing taijutsu abilities. Also for the tag team and their partner like Akamaru there. And at last Sino, who specializes in tracking and capturing the enemies, and from the Abrame clan. They use bugs in almost all of their jutsus and are quite formidable in battle due to those bugs and their logic in formulating plans. At the end of his explanation, the group of four had variety reactions. Choji was happy that Naruto didn't talk about weight. He was happy that Naruto knew the Nizakas were amazing. Shino gave a quiet nod of agreement, while Shikamaru was trying to figure out Naruto. Sometimes he was a regular, goofy kid, but other times Naruto had moments where he seemed like a ninja due to his knowledge and movement at times. But before he could say anything, to find out more, Naruto had seemed to take off with Kiba in a race during the moment of thinking. Oh well, he had time to figure him out. Why worry about it now? Plus, those clouds look appealing to him. At the Hokage's office, well, at least Naruto's life has become more better, wouldn't you say? From the window, the dog mask Kanwu appeared. Yes, he seems happier. I'm glad of it. And I am still going to be his sensei when he graduates, right? If all goes to plan, he'll be on the same team as Uchiha Sasuke, so you can teach him both. Minato, your sensei's legacy, and the last remaining loyal heir of the Uchiha clan. I couldn't find better teachers, and watching those two, if I got to create him from scratch. But Naruto will continue to work with Tora, allowing you to more time to focus on Sasuke and their third member. Sounds like a plan. Well, if that is all, I'm off. Until next time, Hokage-sama. Bye, Inu. See you later. I can't wait to see what the future holds for the leaf. I'm sure it will be one that goes down in history. Okay guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. In the next part, Naruto will find out he has wood style, and I'm just going to spin and see what if I should upload next. It's Shikamaru Naruto and I traveled back in time, or just Naruto the inflicted what if. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just going to upload Shikamaru and Naruto travel back in time. What if Shikamaru and Naruto travel back in time? I'm going to add that. I'm going to upload that next. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye.